I know you're an expert on the Chinese military. So if China were to attack Taiwan, what kind of strategy do you think it would use?
So I think limited uses of force against Taiwan are almost certain. I don't see things like a blockade or even a joint missile campaign as reunification campaign. So something like a blockade in which China prevents maybe all goods or maybe in much more limited fashion, some goods or delays goods from arriving in Taiwan, or joint missile campaign in which they shoot missiles at Taiwan till the leadership capitulates. Those types of coercive campaigns are extremely risky if the ultimate goal is full absorption of Taiwan, because they take time, they take weeks. And that's exactly the amount of time that the United States needs to come to Taiwan's aid. If the United States does decide in those scenarios to come to Taiwan's aid, then the PRC would be very hard pressed to succeed in actually capturing Taiwan. So in my view, the amphibious assault, actually moving people across the strait and physically occupying Taiwan, is the only reunification campaign that the PLA has. And so if they've gotten to the point where they want to see that reunification, I think that is their only option. And that's what they're primarily focused in terms of training and equipping for right now.
In your article, you suggested that Japan should attack China in that scenario, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this comes up a lot of whether it's different countries, the Japanese, the Australians, or even in the United States, different services, the Air Force, the Navy. They all have this slew of missions. And my question is always, who's sinking the ships? If no one is sinking the ships that are making their way across the strait, you're not going to prevent China from landing. Whether it's, our defense posture, Taiwan's defense posture, the number one goal needs to be focused on anti-ship capabilities. And everything else is sort of secondary to that in my mind.